We on?
Are we on?
Can you
Can
hear
you
us?
get us? Are we there? Are you picking us up? Periscope family. We even switched phones.
Yes.
Please tell me you're picking us up. Please.
Well, we see the heart.
We see the heart.
Let us know that you're getting us loud and clear.
Yes.
Hello, Miss Provoville. How are you? The young ball is back.
Young ball is back.
Miss Lolita is on. No connection.
What? We're getting hearts.
We're getting one heart.
We're going. Anybody else not picking us up?
Miss Jocelyn, y'all go to work.
All right, Chris joined. Miss Tika said, "There we go. We're getting hearts from Miss Tika."
Maybe because Miss Tika's here in Chicago, so maybe Chicago is good.
Yes, Tage, you got us good. Chris, you got us good.
Yes.
Good. Miss Provoville, good.
Great.
All right, I'm feeling confident. Natural Divas, yes. Mrs. 331 for life, yes. Lolita Bruce, yes. Miss Tika, yes. Yes, 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 yes.
That's
we
what
in
it
there.
is.
Let's go.
We're
All right.
backing on you guys.
We are
Keep
back.
on working at it. Thank
Yes.
you, Jesus.
All right. Now, let's move forward with the grace of God.
Yes.
All right. Now, praise God. All right, great. Now, listen, this is a Tuesday night Q&A. We're here. We're at your disposal. So if you have a question, something that you think we can bless you with your relationship, marriage, future marriage, your single status, whatever, let us know. We want to bless you right now.
Yes.
You don't mind sharing. We don't mind talking.
Yes.
All right, Dustin. Good. All right.
Good, good,
Great.
Good. How many of you guys celebrated Sweetest Day? If there's such a day.
Now, wait a second. Yeah, we're on 4G.
Yes.
Now, look. Sweetest Day. Fellas. Y'all know Sweetest Day supposed to be where the female shows the affection for the male, you know, and she gets Valentine's Day. That's all I got to say.
Hey, you got... Okay, really? Who knew that it was Sweetest Day? But he's my sweetie every day.
That's all I got to say, y'all.
You my sweetie every day.
But let a brother forget. Let a brother forget. Let him not come on with some flowers and some gummy bears and some reservations or something.
Well, ain't nobody mad but the devil, y'all. Anyhow, moving on.
But brothers, we give them passes and plays, don't we?
Babe, you didn't even remember that it was sweet. You didn't even know that.
I shouldn't have to know. You supposed to know, just like I'm supposed to know Valentine's Day.
It's February 14th. How did you miss that? How could you miss that?
I get busy. I lose track. I work nights. I lose track of weeks.
How do you build back a marriage after adultery? Right there at it.
Wow. All right. Okay.
No, Sweetest Day is not a Chicago.
No, it's actually a national thing. It was something that it's actually fairly new. I think it's like 10, 15 years old, something like that.
Yeah. It's not real.
Yeah. I know. I'm just making a point. I really don't care, but I'm just making a point.
Yes.
How do we rebuild a marriage after adultery?
Yes.
Well, first of all, we're going to encourage you to watch our video on infidelity on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, at Marriage for Real, where I think that whole thing is about over an hour.
It is.
Of us sharing our
story.
One of our stories.
Yes.
We have 2 more parts of that coming up, but on infidelity. And how do we come back? We're going to answer you. We're going to give you the abbreviated version of that on tonight. How do we come back after adultery?
The first thing that we kind of discussed, and you'll hear in that video, is have you guys try streaming live from YouTube? No. I've signed up and we're going to.
Yeah, we actually we're setting up, like, she's confiscating my man cave and kind of making it the Marriage for Real studio. So we got like these ring lights and we got a backdrop coming and all this other. You guys have made this girl think she's doing something. Okay, y'all done got all up in her head.
Anyhow, moving
now
on.
Marriage for Real is about to catapult forward, and I'm happy about it. Just so y'all know, I'm happy about it. Okay, we love sharing with you guys, and we love that you guys are vibing what we're giving. Okay, so with that being said, how do we come back from adultery?
The first thing that you have to do is that all parties have to come to the table clean.
Yes.
Period, point blank, that's all. And you have to come to the table clean after you've made the decision to work it out. Now, if you're gonna part ways and do your thing that way, then there really isn't too much of a need to pull it out. Hey, Miss Taryn,
missed you, girl.
But you have to come to the table clean. You have to come to the table leaving it all on the table. Leaving it all on the table. And the second piece
the man cave.
And the second piece of that is you have to choose to forgive.
Yes.
Forgiveness is not a feeling. Forgiveness is not an emotional thing. Forgiveness is a choice. You have to make up your mind that I am going to forgive. Not wait till you feel like I'm over it now, because you probably will never be over it. You will have the scars from it, but you have to choose to forgive.
And time is not the crucial factor.
Yep.
The crucial factor is intentionally moving forward.
Yes.
Intentionally trying to forgive. Intentionally trying to work it out. Both parties have to be mutually invested.
Yes.
In getting over that thing. Okay. We spoke to it once before. The offender, retired Chicago police officer, we're going to use simple terms. The offender, the person who committed the act, has to be repentant.
Yes. Has
to be remorseful and willing to do whatever's necessary. Doing penance. But willing to do whatever's necessary to ensure that the injured party gets what it needs to recover.
Yes.
If that means checking in every 5 minutes when you walk out the door, that's what you got to do. If that means he or she tagging along every time you're going someplace that's not on the routine, that's what you got to do.
Yes.
Do you understand? If that means leaving your phone unlocked and leaving it right there on the table so they can go through it at their discretion, that's what you do.
And so you say, why does it take all of that? You have to understand that there's been a huge trespass that has occurred in your relationship. There has been almost like a bullet being shot at somebody, and you've left somebody almost critically wounded. And so you have to make sure that you're doing things that are going to support the building, the rebuilding, and the repair of that marriage. And so you may say, well, I don't feel like I need to go through that. I don't feel like I need to do all that. You do.
That's if you're sincerely remorseful.
Yes.
Okay. Like I said, both parties and the injured party has actually got to want to get over it.
Yeah.
The injured party has got to want to, with their heart's desire, want to. It is a long process.
It is.
But Mrs. 3314 for life, know this: time is not the crucial factor, because if you just wait for time, to heal it, it won't.
Yes.
What will set in is rotten decay if you just wait for time. Okay, you have to intentionally marry that time with effort. Do you understand? With effort, with love, with TLC. Do you understand? And accountability. Yes. Those things have to be married with that time. Do you understand? Because time by itself will leave a rotting, festering corpse that was once your relationship.
That's true. Someone's next question to that was, I hope we answered your question, but be sure you can go to our YouTube channel, Marriage for Real, and see more of that video.
Yes.
Someone asked, how do you regain, I think it was intimacy after years of issues and hurtful comments? That's a tough one. I have to say this. There was a situation for some time in my marriage, and I think we were just going through a really, really bad spot. I'll just watch through. Oh, we're sorry,
Dustin. Yeah, it just keeps freezing. Sorry, man.
Yes. And I remember, my husband, and I know we say it all the time, my husband has a tongue like a sword. He can cut you up, slice and dice you, leave you on the floor, bleed.
I think they get it.
And look back at you like you're still living. He can. He's gotten so much better at it.
Yeah. Clean that up at the end.
He got so much better at it. But so many we could say some very hurtful things. But I remember 1 year as a gift, he gave me a Bible, right? You remember you gave me my Bible?
Sure do.
And he wrote the most amazing love letter to me. Now, I'm not a person who's big on words of affirmation and all those things and saying to me that I love you. It really doesn't do a whole lot for me, because I believe that love is a verb. You do it. You show it. Don't tell me you love me. Show me you love me. Mm-hmm. And he wrote those words to me. And you guys, it spoke to my spirit. It really did. It healed me in so many places that I didn't even know that I was broken in. The words were just affirmed me as a spouse and as a woman and as toy. And so it's just, those words are very powerful. Those same words that can destroy you will be the same words that can build you up.
Yes.
And build your spirit. And so we know that we have said hurtful words to each other. We know that we've torn each other down with our words and even with our actions. And how do you rebuild that? That too takes, two people deciding to be intentional and loving the woman or the man that God gave you guys. Who wants to spend the rest of your life being angry?
Yeah.
Or being hurtful?
You're absolutely right. That also speaks to something that actually occurred to me today. Today I text my wife and I let her know
very true
that I love her, right? And that, what did the text say?
Today?
Yeah, today.
You said I love you, and you said I'm so excited about building our next phase of life.
Yes, and so with that being said, it hit me as I did that because I sent her another text yesterday, and it's becoming a more and more frequent thing. And you have to remind yourself how much you love that other person. When I send her those texts, when I tell her I love you, it's not that I've forgotten that I love her. It's that I'm constantly reinforcing, I really do love this woman. See, when you have these long gaps where there's this disconnect, do you understand? Believe it or not, you can get you can get emotionally distant and out of sight, out of mind emotionally. Yes. You understand? And so it's okay to remind yourself that you love that person.
Yes.
So when I text her, when I tell her I love you, not only am I sending the words to her, I'm reflecting those feelings back to me. Yes. Yeah, dude, you do love her. You know what I mean? Don't forget that. Tell her and tell yourself at the same time. And words can do damage, but words can also build.
Yes.
They can build like nothing else. They really can.
And I know that you were speaking of verbal abuse. That is I remember growing up being a child. I'd rather for you just whoop me than talk to me in a way that demean me or hurt my feelings. I'm a person who's very sensitive, so in that respect, when it comes from somebody who's supposed to protect you, somebody who's supposed to cover you, somebody who is supposed to keep you and honor you, and those words come out of them that devalue you, it is painful. And you know what? Those are one of those times when we have to say, you got to have some real grown-up conversations. Yes. Yes. I remember if you guys go back and you see the first video, with those words, horrible. Yeah. If you go back and see the video, we're talking about infidelity. I remember doing this. There was a season where some of the words, mind you, I can understand why, that came out of his mouth were so hurtful that I noticed that my self-esteem just started just sinking, that I had to shake myself and say, come on, girl. Like, this is not who you are. This is an action that happened.
Yes. Totally
repentant of it. Totally sorry for it. But you can't allow someone to speak those words into your spirit, man. Because it's so funny about the thing about words. Words will make a deposit that will indeed flourish and grow at some point in time. So someone says something to you, it's a word, it's a very hurtful word. Yes. And then the enemy will use somebody or a situation to come back and water that negative word. And before it has taken root in you somewhere, and you don't know why you're dealing with bouts of depression. You don't know why you're dealing with sadness. You don't know why you're dealing with these things, because those things are now taking root and starting to flow and starting to grow in you. We have to be very careful to combat those words, even when they're being spoken to you. I'm not receiving that.
Yes.
I'm not receiving that. I send that right back to the pit of hell where it came from. And I know that's the type of things you really don't want to say in the midst of an argument, but you cannot allow those words. It's so funny. My daughter, who's 18 years old, I remember something when she would get in trouble, and you would say, I can't believe you said that was stupid. What she heard was, you're stupid. I'm going to tell you, this girl would say, and knowing she about to get in trouble, just whatever she had done, I'm not stupid. she would come back immediately
Yes, she would.
and combat those words, whatever she heard, with the true confession.
Thanks for inviting people.
And you have to
Yes.
be careful of that. When your spouse abuses you with your words, it is killing your spirit.
Yes.
You cannot allow that. You cannot allow that. You have to fight even for yourself. And in the meantime, you have to tell him or her, that's not happening here. That's not going on.
Now, because you kind of went on for a second there.
Okay.
I think they may have lost track of
Okay.
the context. The context was when I was saying those hurtful words, it was post her affair when I was recovering. And I was this roller coaster of emotions. You understand? And I wanted her to hurt. I wanted her to share in what I was feeling. And believe it or not, that's not practical because she had her own hurt to deal with. The fact that she had done it. Do you understand? And mind you, at that time, because I wanted her to hurt, the words were very, very, very poignant, very strong, very assertive, very demeaning. You know, I wanted her to feel like the dirt that I thought she was at that time for breaking my heart the way that she did. You understand? But here's the caveat. She got to the point to whereas those words, she spoke against them in her spirit. And she still allowed me to heal. Do you understand? And eventually, like I've always said, no one fights somebody that doesn't fight back. She wouldn't fight it back. You understand? And eventually I came around and I went to counseling and the words stopped and the lashing out stopped. And now we're like, okay, let's get past this. I had to come to that point that I still love this woman despite the transgression. Do you understand? Despite the transgression, she put up her spiritual wall so that those, all right, that's Dwayne speaking from his hurt. He, you know, now I'm not telling you to condone abuse, but in that situation, she was the initial offender. Yeah. You understand? And those words were coming from a very rotten, hurtful, fresh wounded place. Do you understand? And then once I got on page with her, because it took a time for me to get on page after I got through the anger, the rage, the pain, all my feelings. Once I got to that point, then it's like, okay, that's got to stop. I reached that point. I can't. I want to be with her. I can't have her feeling less than because I didn't marry less than. Do you understand? I didn't come all this way with anything or anyone that was not worthy of the best of me. So what do we have to do to get past this? Okay.
Yes, she is. Miss Tika be on it. We appreciate her.
We love Miss Tika. We are going to schedule a lunch or dinner with you and Chris here so we can sit down and talk moving forward. So hopefully that's where it came from. I didn't want the context to be lost with those just jumping on.
He want y'all to think he was whooping on me with them words over here. No, right. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not.
Just let me go and clean that up a little bit.
Yes, but we do have to be careful. We have to be careful of the words that we speak, and we have to be very careful of the words that we take in, and we allow anybody.
You are a blessing, Miss Tika. Can't wait to meet you guys.
We allow anybody to speak to us. We have to. I heard Maya Angelou say that before. See, that's powerful. I did not marry less than.
I did not marry less than.
I heard her speak about just the power of words, and of course, scripturally, we know. Just the power of what words are, but we really don't really know. If we really knew, yes, we must set boundaries. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Then we would be so careful about the words that come out of our mouth. We'll be so very careful even about our thought life if we understood the power of words.
Yes.
And the words, how words can create, how words can build up, how words can destroy. We have to be very careful, more specifically when it comes to your marriage, the words that you speak. I remember one time hearing someone speak about their spouse, and they said, I think I'm just ready to devote. And the person that they were saying it to said, don't even say that word. You cannot even allow.
Hey, trust me, she would. Trust me.
You can't even allow the words or even those thoughts to even marinate.
Thank you, Mary.
Oh, thank you. You can't even allow those thoughts or even those words to marinate, even in your space, in your mind at all. That's why we say here at Marriage for Real, there is no B plan. We have taken the B plan off the table.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, had to take the B plan off of the table
Yes.
because as long as divorce is an option on the table, it will be an option.
Always.
Always. As long as it's an option, it's going to be an option.
It is human nature to take the path of least resistance.
Yes.
That's at the core of our being. We will always take the path of least resistance.
Yes.
Okay. And divorce has become that path of least resistance.
Mm-hmm.
See, 40, 50 years ago, you were a pariah. You were blackballed if you were divorced.
Yep.
They looked at you like you broke all the rules, okay? And you would have to move, pick up, start over again back in the day. That's how much society valued marriage and what it represented. And we're talking about across cultures, across races. Marriage was sacred and it was never broken. It was never a walking away option. Today it has become, come on folks, we're in the age of drive-through online divorces.
Yep.
You understand? Where you can slide your card, click, 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 and in 20 minutes be legally divorced.
Yep.
Okay, or have your divorce processed. That's the age we live in. And we will always take that option if it is an option.
Yes.
Well, we here at Marriage for Real say, there's no option. There's no plan B.
Yes.
There's no plan B, barring abuse.
Yes. We don't condone abuse
in any way, shape, or form.
Yes.
Verbally, mentally, emotionally, and definitely not physically.
Yes.
Okay? Protect yourself.
Yes.
All right? Self-preservation is always in order. But if those things aren't the key, if those things aren't happening, you need
Thank you.
to figure out a way to make this work.
Yep.
Okay? And both parties have to be vested.
Yep.
I've never seen it work where one party was pushing and the other one was pulling.
And what can I add to that? Sometimes one party will be pulling or pushing more than the other because it's the nature of things. It just depends.
Absolutely.
It just depends on where your spouse is at that time. Sometimes you're much stronger than me in situations, and sometimes I'm stronger than him in situations. But this is where the couple comes in.
Welcome, Hodges.
This is where the team comes in, because if he's down, Toy ain't gonna let the ship go down, and if I'm down, Dwayne ain't gonna let the ship go down.
Sister ain't drowning.
Yes. So sometimes, you guys, there is a push and pull, but y'all, let me just say this one thing. And this is for you all to even understand. There's nothing like pulling.
They seen your jacked up nails.
I know. And I need my nails done, y'all.
Jacked up. Sister been like she been now Bruce Lee movie.
No, we not.
And Enter the Dragon.
So you gonna talk about my nails? And I'm about to make a very poignant
I'm
point.
sorry.
Jeez.
I'm sorry.
Whoa.
I just saw them chips and scrapes up in the screen. I'm sorry.
Send your wife to the nail salon.
Wife can go. She took my card.
Okay, here we go. It takes two
She
to
took
make
my
it work.
card.
Yes.
Why didn't she go?
Oh, Father. Anywho, back to my point. You have to remember, Miss Tika, thank you. We are the team. And I forgot my thought. Oh, I was gonna say. Because he's interjecting, y'all.
That's my baby,
Because he
y'all.
keeps interjecting. Stop it. Okay.
That's my boo-boo kitty. Go ahead, babe.
You done?
I'm done.
You done?
Go ahead. Before you forget again.
This is true. It is nothing like dragging dead weight. And here's the question that each of you should ask yourself. In your marriage, are you dead weight? Is your spouse pulling you?
And if so, why?
Why is that?
Why? If you are the dead weight, be real with it.
Yep.
You have to recognize that you're the one that is not doing their part.
Yep.
And that's a very harsh reality check. You know, flashing back, and we're almost done here, because I'm afraid we're gonna miss people. People are dropping out again. But gonna make this real quick point. Back when she had her affair, it forced me to look in the mirror. Okay, it forced me to look in the mirror and how long she was dragging dead weight. Okay, now mind you, this is not condoning the act.
Not at all.
Not at all. But I looked back and brother was not on his post, y'all. Brother was not on his post. I had become neglectful. I had become absentee, not only to her, but to our kids. You understand? I was working with like 3 different jobs. Mm-hmm. The police department and 2 other part-time jobs. I came home, slept, and left. We wasn't no 57 going on. Wasn't no conversations going on. It was like, hey, where my food, good night, boom, bop, gone. And it took something so drastic for me to say, yo, dude, I know I didn't marry this. She's not wired this way. Mm-hmm. So what have you done to push her over this edge? What have you done to leave room for someone else to slide in and try to make up for your deficiency? And that was a hard reality check from you all. It was hard. It was hard. I had to come to grips with me, with the deficiencies that were me. Do you understand? And it became a daily battle to keep those deficiencies at bay, to correct them, to improve them. And I think it was actually during that phase that I adopted the philosophy of being a little bit better today than I was yesterday. That's kind of my life's motto. I preach to my kids. I think it was during that time I put forth sincere effort to be a little bit better today than I was yesterday. Because I didn't ever want her to feel that way. And I want to be a better husband, a better father. I want to be better physically. I want to be better mentally. I want to be better spiritually. I just want to be a little bit better than I was yesterday. And as long as I was that attentive to the flaws that is D, she would not do without.
Yeah. And I know that Dwayne too, educating the masses on 57. Thank you. And I know that Dwayne spoke to dragging dead weight, as far as even in reference to the affair piece of it. But your spouse could be dragging dead weight even if you guys aren't in the same space spiritually. It's like dragging dead weight.
Yes.
Your spouse can feel like they're dragging dead weight if you're not in the same space financially, on the same financial space of goal setting where you're supposed to be.
Right.
Just take some time in the next few days to think about, am I the dead weight in our marriage? 20 years.
We've been married over 20 years, going on 21 in March.
Sometimes those honest conversations are some of the hardest conversations to have, but they will make your marriage grow if you have those conversations. Even if you sit back and think, you may not want to say, yeah, I'm kind of slipping in that space. Let me step up. You even got to say it. Just step up. But look and see if you are the dead weight in your marriage. You don't want to be the dead weight in your marriage, because your spouse cannot want to say something to you and then it come out in an argument. But if we self-examine ourselves and say, where are we? Have some real honest conversations that will leapfrog you in your marriage. If you have not emailed us and asked for your marital vision plan, though, that will definitely put those type of things and help you see where you are in your marriage. If you're on the same page. If you're on the same page.
Yes. And help you, remind you, even in acknowledging the deficiencies either in yourself or in your spouse, the point is not to point fingers.
Yes.
The point is, I'm her filler. I'm her patch.
Yes.
She's my patch. Where there's a hole, I am to fill it. Where there's a hole in me, she is to fill it. Mm-hmm. Do you understand? I have to know where she falls short. She has to know where I fall short. Do you understand? And that's how we create a stronger bond and a stronger unit.
Yep, we're the team.
We cover one another's deficiencies. Like we always say, we are the team. You know, I do the basketball thing. When I'm playing or I'm coaching, it's the job of the dude next to you to cover the deficiencies of your teammate.
Yes.
So the other team can't capitalize on it.
Yes.
Period. And that's what the marital vision plan will help you do.
Yes.
It'll help you find those things. Get on the same page. All right, babe, you know what? You're not that great with finances. I got that. All right, babe, you're not that great with I'm not that great with organizing. You got that. You understand? What's our mission? Where are we going? Are we going there together?
Yes.
What's our timetable?
Yes.
You understand? What do we want for us and our kids? Do we want kids? You know, when do we want kids? This is the kind of stuff that a marital vision plan is key. Preferably before you get married, but if you're married, it's never too late to start.
Because even if you're off base in your marriage, it'll help you get back on target. It will help you stay focused on what the real mission of your marriage is. And believe us when we tell you, every marriage has a mission.
Yep.
One should chase 1,000.
Two should put 10,000 to flight.
So you got a mission.
Yes.
And so if you haven't discovered what your mission is yet, that's something for you all need to do.
And on that note, we are about to sign off.
Yes.
So if we've said something that has blessed you on tonight, Hit 7. 7 is that thing here that's unique to Marriage for Real.
Yes.
It's God's number of completion. And it lets us know on our end that we've completed our mission set before us on tonight.
Yes.
So please type 7 if we said something that you've received on tonight. And as we always say, 1 should put 1,000 to flight. 2 should put 10,000 to flight. You all are charged with your 10,000. Okay? If you're not working together, you're not going to put that 10,000 to flight.
Yep.
And you guys are part of our 10,000.
Yep.
Even though that scripture means something different, we take it as putting 10,000 on wings to success in their marriage. And that's our goal here at Marriage for Real. We want to put our 10,000 to flight. And we thank you for being part of that 10,000.
Yes.
Thank you for the 7s. We are so blessed.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like Miss Lolita just said, we are the team. There's no side coaches. There's no assistant coaches. There's nobody on the bench.
Yes.
We are the team. God is the coach.
Yes. And thank you all so much for letting us into your homes, into your cars, into your workplaces, wherever you are watching this right now. We thank you for spending time with us on tonight. And with that being said, I'm your brother D.
And I'm Toy.
And we're Marriage for Real. We're your brothers and sisters from on the block, and we love you.
Yes.
And we pray for you daily.